The life doesn't have to be with your dog a party all the time. Like 100% of the day, your dog's just the happiest thing in the world. Like, go to your bed and lie down. Come here. 99.5% of your day can be happy. When you say come, when you say stay, who cares if it's with joy or not with joy? No one should be happy that much. It's too much. I was the guy flying off the whales, which you can get into whether any of that is good or bad. That's not the argument today, but that's what I did. So it taught me a lot about aggression. Killer whales, like dogs, are very social animals. They're not solitary, so you have to work with groups of killer whales, and you don't want them to fight, and they do get in fights, and you gotta. So it relates in a way, and it doesn't relate in a way. It was all positive reinforcement. I am not an all positive reinforcement trainer, nor should any of you be. You guys realize that, right? Everyone knows that, right? With your children, did we just go M&Ms, and good job on homework, and M&Ms, and all the time? We didn't, because it doesn't make any sense. When I got here with Prince, even though I walked him this morning, I went over here, I went around the building, I let him pee on everything and smell everything, then I came in. He's still not the calmest ever, but you gotta do that. Because once we have exercised our dog, this is for life with your dogs, once you've exercised them, we have no qualms, I have no qualms, about telling them, if they know it down, and I realize some of them don't, telling them, lie your behind down and stay here. And they go, but I want to get up. And we go, but I don't care that you want to get up. I just exercised you. It is time to lie your little, you know what, down. Does that make sense? We can't do that if we got them, if they woke up and we hang around the house and we watched the NBA and then we came here. I only say the NBA because I think the NBA is on right now. So does that make sense? But so from this point forward, all of you said you kind of exercise your dogs. We are not going to accept much from them. This is a puppy, I get it, right? But we're not going to accept much from them of them like getting up and being wiggly worms. Does that make sense? So I might tell them to lie down, or I might say, give a little correction. By the way, your dog's doing great. Every dog in here, this is calm for a room full of dogs. You guys know that, right? Number one, you have to teach the behavior. Now you might say, well, you got to teach the behavior. No, you have to first tell them what to do. That doesn't mean they're going to do it. Okay? You got to teach it to them what's expected. So there's going to be two kind of parts, or more than that, but two stimulus to teach the behavior. One is your cue, which I say come, has to be poppy. This is big. 80% of you right now probably don't know this, I would say. 80% of my clients who come to me don't know this. 20% do. Your and by the way, I'm not saying anything today because it's a small deal. There's no small deals here. If you want it, you kind of got to do all of this stuff. Has to pop. Bosco, come. You hear the up in that? Most of the dogs looked at me on that. You want your dog to look at you. So you're going to say, so-and-so, come. The is going to pop high, and you're going to give a hand signal of your hand down like this. This is a big deal, and it's got to move. So I won't say his name, but my old dog, Bosco. I'd say, Bosco, come. And I present my hand like this. At the beginning with a treat in it. This is not a recall. Early on in your young dog's life. So-and-so, come. Because when you're in your house and your dog is around the corner and you go, oh, where's Bosco? And you go, Bosco, come. And then he pops his head around the corner. You accept him. You said, come. He was 10 feet away from you. And then you said, great, I see you. But guess what? Your dog did not come to you. Then you're in a field and you say, Bosco, come. And the dog comes within 10 feet of you and you go, come. And he goes, here I am. This was fine with you everywhere else. I don't get it. I don't know what it means. Flapjack, come. No, dude, come over here. Okay, so then you do that. He got distracted, went to his buddy. You get the deal, right? And you present that hand, and you often will have a treat in it. What kind of treat? Cahoots actually has really good treats. Where are those? Over there. They have their own treats that are soft. You need a soft and a, it's hot. I don't know how many people actually live in this area, but where I live, it's hot. You don't want hard treats. You want soft treats, boiled chicken, Cahoots treats, stuff like that, okay? So you say the cue, in your house, then they touch their nose to their hand with a treat or without a treat, then you either give them a treat or you have a treat in your hand. Over and over and over and over again until the dog understands the behavior, has rehearsed doing the behavior in your house, maybe in your backyard. Then you start, when you are 80% in the house, you then take it to the next area, a field. You have to be high though, 80% success rate, then you move to the next area, then the next area, then the next area. Any questions so far? Then you get to a point where you're using a long leash. Now you're at a field, maybe a dog park, depends on the dog park. You don't want to bite on a leash in a dog park a lot of times, but if there's no dogs there, who cares? They get to 20-foot leash, your dog gets to 15 feet, you say, leash is in your left hand, right? You say, so-and-so, come. Yes, he was coming. Comes to you, gets a treat, great. Dog doesn't come to you, you have a recourse. You can either give them a correction. They're at 15 feet. You say, come. They go, I'm not on a... They don't think they're on a leash. Why don't you think a dog thinks it's on a leash when it's on a long leash? They're further away from you. They understand that. They go, there's no 15-foot long leashes in this world. And then they go, bink. They hit the end. You repeat the command. They come to you. They get a treat. So what are they starting to learn due to this 15-foot, 20-foot leash? There's no getting out of this. You're going to end up where I asked that original cue from every time. And we can do it the easy way, dog. Treats, 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 best treats in the world. Or we can do it the hard way. But you're ending up here. At 9 months old, you can do this before that, but their brain can't handle it. At around 9 months old, you start this process. You can do it before, but you don't want to be puppies. They're puppies. Their brain's somewhere else. Let them run and play and be dogs. The next step, how do you get off this thing? When they're 80% on this thing of coming to you and not hitting the end, when they're 80%, you then take this leash off. And they have learned that they don't get out of it. And then you say, come. They go, no. And you go get them every single time. Every time they come and you tell them they're the best dog in the history of the world and you throw a party and you do whatever you want to do. But you will end up here. So, okay, come. And the dog goes, nah. And they pee and they cruise and they just go, forget you, dude. I do it again. I get closer and I make a noise. You saw me do with him, right? Clap, like make a noise, like, oh. And I get a little closer and I go, so-and-so, come. And they go, nah, I'm good. And I go, okay. And then I'm done asking. I'm coming to get you. I grab their collar. I bring them back. I don't go all the way back. Let's say I'm 100 yards away. Like, that's a pain. Bring them back a little bit, 20 feet, to where the way I asked them to. Then I do a sit. They feel your strength. They kind of go, okay, dude. And then I go, okay, go again, buddy. Go play. Then I go, come. And they go, no, thanks. And I go, okay. Over and over and over again. As I say, we'll do this all day. You'll do this all day. That is, in a nutshell, my recall method. I go get them into dog park. There's no getting out of this recall anywhere. I don't care. I've gone into the ocean to get a dog. Like, I'm like, oh my God, dude. I don't have it in me to let a dog, after I've trained a behavior, to let them just go, nah, at a certain age, at a certain training level, we're not doing it. I need recall. I want recall. The dog has to go. Prince, he will come to me. He goes nuts at our fence, fighting with the other Doberman. Some of you have seen that Doberman. He loves it, and he runs, and he's out of his mind. And I go, Prince, come. And then he will sometimes pin his ears. If any of you know what that means, like, it's not super happy. Pin his ears, and he'll come to me like this. I don't care why you came to me. You're coming to me. You're coming here. And don't ask it unless you're willing to follow up. You don't have to ask the behavior. Unless you have to go. You could then just go get him without even asking it. A dog feeling that you are a strong person is kind of a weird big deal. I don't know how to explain it. They need to feel that you have strength in your arm and you're not weak. And my clients, when they're with a dog, I have to always tell them, like, stand like this. Because when that dog pulls you over, they go, it's something in them. They go, I just pull this lady over. Like, Why? You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't care if you fall over. Like they don't know. So you got to be strong. So you go get them. You go get them. You grab them. You bring them back. And after I get the dog literally looks at me and is like, okay, dude, like, all right. And that's what you want. You really do want that. If it's a game, they start to fight or they do something, I'm just like, this isn't a game. And then next time I say come, I'm not saying they do it perfectly, but once I start heading out after them, they kind of go, they at least know it's not a game. You go back to the system. What's the system? The system is treats, the system's long leash, the system is progressively getting to more difficult spots. And then we go get them. Once we've done all those things, animal behavior, human behavior tells you that with reinforcement and learned helplessness, the behavior will happen. The right behavior. It's behavior, it's brains. I'm not saying it's perfect, I'm not saying there's not difficulties. The system is the system though. Now, the life doesn't have to be with your dog a party all the time. Like, 100% of the day, your dog's just the happiest thing in the world. Like, go to your bed and lie down. Come here. 99.5% of your day can be happy. When you say come, when you say stay, who cares if it's with joy or not with joy? No one should be happy that much. It's too much. 10 minutes a day of actual training. You're training all the time, but 10 minutes a day of recall is perfect. 10 minutes a day of stay. Leash walking is, and if your walk's an hour, it's an hour of training. But you know what I'm saying? Yes. Good question. Thank you. I never say that, and I should. Yeah. And by 9 months, you're going to get them. By a year, you're expecting them to come. By a year and a half, if your dog isn't coming by a year and a half, like, we're really analyzing our methods and am I using enough treats? Am I doing go-get? Is my dog not smart? You know, is my dog fearful of me? Like all these things, you're analyzing it and going, what is the problem here?
Okay. Is he too tall, buddy? Good boy. He does that and then he starts like playing. There it is. So cute.
Prince, goodness gracious.
He's always like that. I knew they were gonna play.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's the 7th dog that I foster, and like
This one?
Yeah.
You fostered this one?
Yeah.
Who
This is
got
my dog.
rid of this dog?
Oh no, she's
Prince.
She's from Tijuana. She was really sick.
Yeah.
So her family couldn't keep her.
She's just such a good-looking, like,
She's awesome.
seemingly pure husky.
I don't think she's a pure husky because her face is so long, and she's also not the loudest.
Yeah, maybe.
She's a little afraid of boldness. That's the only.
Oh,
Like.
good job.
They play like maniacs all the time. He grabs her scruff, and like she grabs him. And
Is this
whatever.
working?
I have one mic going.
And remember, you cannot hit that thing. You can't, where your hand is,
Sit
you can't hit it.
right now. Go.
I know it's tough. Good job, Laura. They can come over and say hi to her when he's sitting. This one doesn't care. This one cares. You can let these two,
exactly.
I would let these two go a little nuts right now. I mean, it's energy being released. It's only a plus.
What's your dog's name? Cosmo. Cosmo, this is Flapjack.
Hi, Flapjack. Hi. Do you have a child that goes to Rancho San Diego?
No, actually.
Okay, because
I'm
the
in-
name sounded familiar to me.
I'm in Aliso Viejo, so I drove quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I had to meet you in Prince.
Well,
Oh my
thank you.
God.
I'm so glad you came.
Of course.
Oh, by the way, the skunk smell is my dog's face. He got skunked 2 days ago. We've done everything we can. It's still there. I don't know what to tell you.